What's good, YouTube? It's your homie Pitch Black, back with another reaction. I'm just knocking them out today. I am on fire. This is Mace roast Jim Jones after Pusha T violates him. Jim can't recover. I can't wait to see what Mace and Cam got going on. This is, without further ado, let's go.
People who turned the lights on for you.
Mace taught me how to rap, and Cam always made sure I was on every single album he had. There would be no Jim Jones if it wasn't for them guys.
1 hour later.
And it's good to hear you give Mace his flowers.
I ain't giving no flowers. I love to hate, because I'm a hater myself.
A new song?
No.
You don't like Ace Trumpets? Oh, what's so great about it? It's so good.
I don't think Pusha T should be on the greatest 50 rappers of all time list.
Ow! What has he done?
I'm just keeping it a buck. And I fucks with the big homie Capo. Capo, your takes, the last few takes you've been on, it's been whack. Saying Pusha T is not 50, top 50, whack. Not liking Ace Trumpets, whack. Saying you more relevant than Nas, whack. However, I'm smart enough to know that what you're doing, because attention is currency. And if people paying attention to you, they're going to be wanting to know what you got going on. So that's going to keep you booked and busy. But you could have said anything else but that, though, Capo. And I fucks with you, Capo. I think your last album, Church Steps, was one of your best projects. Because I think you lyrically evolved on that project. But saying that, and I fucks with you, Capo.
What has he done that puts him in the greatest rappers of all time besides talk about that he probably didn't?
That you're not in my top 50. You might be in Charlemagne's top 50 and things like that, but you haven't done that much for me in my life. Like, I didn't never want to be like Pusha. I never had a Pusha moment.
Fan, you begged us. You are a fan, a fan.
Pause, though. Get off my...
Yo, this is exactly why Jim Jones spiraled again. Pusha was looking dead in the lens, talking straight to that.
Did she say Pusha? Pusha T? Pusha Bamba T?
Man's soul, no filter, no fear.
The spirit of repossession. Too much enamel covers your necklace. I buy bitches, you buy them sections. You buy watches, I buy collections.
He called out Jim, saying he's been running from...
Sheesh. Nigga called his jewelry enamel.
the spirit of repossession ever since the bank snatched his crib. That's straight up ruthless. And just when you thought it couldn't get worse, Mace pulled up with a bag of popcorn like it was a movie premiere. Disrespect on a whole other level.
Oh man,
them niggas just goofy, bro.
But the wildest part, after all this public roasting, Jim's still acting like nothing happened. He won't take the L. Instead of falling back, he jumped in with a freestyle trying to clap back at Pusha and Malice, and now he's throwing sneak diss.
Clap back a Pusha, but the freestyle was hard though. I'm gonna keep it a buck. That freestyle was hard though. As a music critic and a music connoisseur that loves music and loves the competitiveness of a rap battle, Jim Jones did go crazy.
This is all over Instagram like he's got time for everyone. But you already know, Mace and Cameron ain't letting him slide that easy. They're stepping in to shut it all down.
Fan, you begged us. You are a fan, a fan.
Pause, though. Get off my...
Now let's talk about how Pusha T straight annihilated Jim with that tiny desk set. Pusha and Malice made a bold return with their new album, Let God Sort 'Em Out. And that performance, legendary. Especially when they dropped their new joint with Kendrick Lamar called Chains and Whips. They tore Jim apart line by line, no mercy.
Crush you to pieces, I hum a breath of it. I will close your heaven for the hell of it. It seems to be valor amongst veterans. I'm watching your fame escape relevance. We all in a room, but here's the elephant. There's no tombstones in the desert. I know by now you get the message. Uncle said, nigga, you must be sick.
Yeah.
All you talk about is just get rich.
Yeah.
Choke my neck, nigga, and ice my bitch.
Yeah.
Beat the system with chains.
If you peep both the performance and the genius lyric breakdown, you saw how locked in Pusha was. He didn't blink, he didn't move, he wasn't performing, he was sending shots. That cold stare, that creepy smirk. He wanted Jim to feel every word. Man, the way Pusha smacked Jim Jones around with them bars, that was sniper level precision. But real talk, Jim did this to himself. He opened the door when he randomly came for Pusha, all because he was trying to ride for Drake like a loyal sidekick. And that line in Chains and Whips, when Pusha said, "We all in the room, but here's the elephant," facing a feature out of your element.
For you, where does Drake stand in hip-hop history,
I would say he's the greatest of all time.
That wasn't just a slick bar. It was a direct hit at Jim. He was talking about how Jim been practically begging Drake for a feature, acting like Drake's #1 fan. Dude even started screaming that Drake's the greatest rapper of all time, like it was a personal mission. Jim turned into Drake's guard dog overnight, barking at Pusha for no real reason, and it all popped off after Billboard put Pusha T at number 29 on their top 50 greatest rappers of all time list. Jim got real salty and went off on the Breakfast Club, claiming Pusha didn't even belong on the list.
The 5 Pusha T records right now, his records.
Yes.
Name.
I love Pusha. Nostalgia.
Oh, you was a Pusha T fan.
You know.
I didn't know you had fans like that. Can you name 5 Pusha T records? No, his records. No, can you? No. Can you rap to 5 Pusha?
I can't rap 5.
All right, can you rap to 5? Wait. Can you rap? If 5 Pusha T records, not the records he's featured on, if 5 Pusha T records came on right now, could you rap them?
You can rap 5 Pusha T records? Yeah.
Could you rap 5 Pusha T records right now if they started playing?
What do you mean rapping like the hook?
Could you sing them? You're not in my top 50. You might be in Charlemagne's top 50 and things like that. But you haven't done that much for me in my life. Like I didn't never want to be like Pusha. I never had a Pusha moment in my life. I never thought like you did. Like where I'm from, you want to be like you if he was really that dude and that rapper and things like that. It's like
Pusha. He was influenced by Pusha?
Yeah? Okay, cool.
That's why Pusha did the Mr. Me Too record.
Okay, cool. You a very strong Pusha T fan. Nigga, you was nowhere near the top 50. You're top 950.
Then he doubled down again on the Rap Caviar podcast, saying Pusha never did anything major for the culture. Like, really? That's the hill Jim chose to die on? But let's be real. Pusha must have hit a nerve with that brutal Chains and Whips verse because Jim couldn't stay quiet.
I think Pusha T should be on the greatest 50 rappers of all time list?
Wow. What has he done? What has he done that puts him in the greatest rappers of all time besides talk about that he probably didn't? What has he done? Nobody has dressed like him. Nobody wants to be like Pusha T. No, I don't remember nothing. And let's not be evil, but we don't talk about rap where that's popping the wanna be like. I don't know too many in this game that was leaning towards being like Pusha T. I don't know no records they play in the club with or Pusha T. They don't play outside. NBA Youngboy before Pusha T.
That's wild, Jim. That's
NBA Youngboy before Pusha
crazy.
T?
That's crazy. What do you? What? Nah, Jim just trying to get everybody mad.
Pusha T around out here. You heard?
Jim trying to get everybody mad. That's Jim's. Look at him. Look at him laughing.
But that's what I'm trying. That's how I feel about Pusha T being on.
He fired back with a freestyle like he had something to prove. But here's where it gets kind of
That freestyle was hard. Like I said, that freestyle was hard.
sad. That freestyle, Jim recorded it 2 years ago when the original track dropped. So now it just looks like he's recycling old heat and trying to pass it off like it's fresh. Now you might be asking, how did Jim even get his hands on the Chains and Whips beat 2 years before Clips dropped it? Here's the scoop. Part of the track leaked after Clips walked the runway for Louis Vuitton with that exact song playing. Jim must have caught wind, snatched the beat, and wasted no time. He dropped a freestyle the very next day. But get this, Jim still ain't letting it go. After that Tiny Desk performance by Clips blew up online, Jim took to Instagram to throw more shots at Pusha. He reposted that old freestyle from 2 years ago like it was hot off the press and hit the caption with, "I thought we addressed this already." He gonna need a bigger desk, cause that one was too tiny. This is surgical. I'm not a storyteller, I'm a life liver, and your brother is still a friend to me, LOL. But when you peep the comments, whew, his own followers lit him up. One said, you got triggered and smoked so bad, you re-uploaded a diss from last year. Another chimed in with, he ain't even say your name and you out here talking about the enamel on your necklace? And someone else just dropped the hammer. Jealousy turns into obsession. Give it up, man, you reaching? And it's not just the fans roasting him. Mace and Cameron had plenty to say too. And if you know anything about their rocky past with Jim, then yeah, they're loving every second of this drama.
How you doing, man? Yeah, play too much, man. Oh, what's happening? Oh man, this is crazy, man. All right. Oh man. Okay, it's just
It's what they want.
Now let me break down why Mace was cracking up so hard. This beef's got history. Back in the day, Jim, Cam, and Mace were all coming up out of Harlem together. Or at least, that's how Jim tells it. But Cam, he got his own version of the story. And trust, what he says next is about to shake some tables. Back in the mid-90s, there was a crew from Harlem called Children of the Corn. And that squad had real potential. Mace was the first one to pop off. He signed with Bad Boy Records and blew up fast, but according to Jim, that's when everything shifted. He claims Mace switched up once the fame hit, especially toward Cameron, and started acting brand new. During his sit-down on Justin LeBoy's Respectfully show earlier this year, Jim spilled the tea. He said he straight up watched Mace talk wild about Cam behind his back after the success rolled in. And that moment, that's when Jim said he lost all respect for Mace.
I watched Mace on Cam and everybody around him.
Wow.
A bitch like all the time. You heard? Like I was there the whole time, but I was Cam's man. You heard? Is that I wasn't there for every single thing. Buddy Cam didn't like, I didn't like. And I already see
I believe Jim on that. I believe him.
how he was handling Cam, so I definitely didn't like him. You dig? And then I seen how much love Cam had for him and how Cam was jumping out the window for him, which a friend should, like that, like being overprotective, making sure nothing happened. Like he was trying his best to make sure that Mace stayed as safe as possible, but Mace had got that money and lost his mind.
While Mace was out here becoming a mainstream celebrity under Diddy, Cam was still hustling in the trenches. And when Cam finally caught his break, he didn't go solo. He brought Jim with him. Together, they built the Diplomats, one of Harlem's most iconic rap collectives. Meanwhile, Mace was out. After all that tension with Diddy, he bounced from the game, said he found God, and became a pastor. But then, boom, he popped back up years later trying to rap again. Jim wasn't buying it. He called Mace flaky, saying he only shows up when the cameras do. One minute he's preaching, next minute he's rapping like nothing ever happened. Jim saw that as fake and opportunistic. Yeah, Mace and Cam had beef for years too, but they made peace in 2022 and even launched that It Is What It Is sports show together. And guess what? That reunion cut deep for Jim. He couldn't let it go. He felt played, left out, and real bitter that they were laughing it up again. And how did he react? Petty mode activated. Jim recently took a shot at Mace again, mocking his look and throwing jabs about him needing to hit the gym.
Mace need to go on a diet. He need to get his life together. He need to go to the doctor and get a physical. He looked terrible, bad body, back. Nigga look big around the neck, waist look crazy. I'm body shaming this. You heard? He need to go get his shit together, get on the treadmill, do some push-ups, do something. You heard? Especially for playing with me.
The shade is nonstop. You already knew Mace and Cam weren't gonna stay quiet forever. So what did they do? They pulled the ultimate petty move. They brought out Jim's longtime nemesis, 50 Cent, as a guest on their podcast. Yeah, they really went there At one point, Cam played it slick and asked Mace why, back in 2007, when Dipset and G-Unit were full-blown beefing, Jim randomly popped up at one of 50's shows like it was all love. Cam knew exactly what he was doing. He lobbed that question up like a perfect alley-oop. And 50, he slammed it down hard.
He was your man, like on the side, like on the side, just he was not a rapper at all. Right. So when Ballin' took place, and I'm looking and I'm going, oh, he having a moment. That's the Lloyd Banks. It's Lloyd Banks thing. He wanted that. He was watching them be that, like Mace be that, and Cam be that, and looked at, and it was finally he had one. Mm-hmm. And I just looked, and I knew I just took the shot, Murder, to see, because I wasn't sure he was gonna go for it. Mm-hmm. But I was like, we like Jimmy better than you anyway, Cam. You gotta watch and see how he responds. And then you see, he like, oh shit, he really like that. Give me this, get me Jimmy. Yeah, tell him we want you at the show, Jimmy. Yo, but that was one of those things, I just threw it out.
And just like clockwork, Jim took the bait. He popped off during his convo with Justin LeBoy, blasting both Cam and 50 for even bringing his name up.
They got nothing else to think about but Capo. I did a lot for them in their life. You heard? Both of them. Pause though. Get off my dirt. There's only space on there for baby girl, man. Come on, man. Tugging on my shit.
He said they owed him big and shouldn't be throwing shade after all he's
Capo
done.
Funny.
Then Jim turned the heat way up, claiming he was the mastermind behind Dipset's whole vibe.
What we wearing was
I created the aesthetic.
Okay.
For the Diplomats. You heard? Dan and Cam's pink. You heard? He'll tell you.
No.
All right. Sooner or later, he gonna have to tell it. Where he got the pink from.
He said he created the entire look, even taking credit for Cam's iconic pink fur coat. The audacity was wild, but you know Cam wasn't gonna let that slide. He clapped back on the podcast with fire. He picked Jim's whole Dipset origin story apart, saying Jim wasn't even from Harlem like he claimed, and that he was never part of the original grind. According to Cam, Jim wasn't a day one soldier. He was added in later after the foundation was already laid.
Mace, myself, Big L, even though Mace and Big L on the same page, Bloodshed, my man Herman Grove, we were super duper popping in the street prior to the internet. Everybody knew we was about to get a record deal. Everybody knew this, nigga. It wasn't no secret. Basically, you heard our freestyles. And you came up to me one day when I was chilling in front of the house, you said, and this was, yo, man, I heard the freestyles, y'all killing it. Yo, you know my grandmother died. If y'all wanna come by and just hang out, y'all could, y'all more than welcome. You're like, all right, Jomo, thanks. It didn't really make sense at the time because we like, yo, man, where's Jomo inviting us to his house for? Even though he cool. But it didn't make sense to be going to Jomo's house. I never needed nowhere to stay. You act like your couch. You was a fan. You begged us. You are a fan.
Come on.
A fan. We didn't grow up with you. I am from 104.
And when Jim said he saw Mace son Cam back in the Bad Boy days, Cam shot that down immediately. He said Jim wasn't even in the picture when all that was going down. According to Cam, Children of the Corn had already made moves in the game before Jim ever popped up. And back then, Jim was just a fan on the sidelines watching them shine.
You are from the Bronx, bro. You are not from Harlem. Why do you keep thinking that you are from Harlem, bro? You are not from Harlem. I did not grow up with you, man. I did not grow up with you. Contrary to what you believe, I did not grow up with you. You are from the Bronx. Did your grandmother live?
Oh.
Did your grandmother live?
Jimmy from the Bronx? I didn't know that. I thought Jimmy was from Harlem. Oh, wow. I hate to see this, though. In all actuality, I hate to see him and Jimmy fighting. Just like I hated to see him and Mace fighting.
Live in Harlem? Yes. Did you come see her? Yes. Did I see you time to time? Yes. I did not grow up with you.
And just when you thought the mess couldn't get any messier, Cam and Mace took another dig, and this time, it was straight up comedy. On a new episode of their podcast, they clowned Jim again, throwing subtle jabs and laughing like they weren't talking about a man currently losing sleep over their jokes. Cam said, "Some folks rewrite history like they wrote it, but we was outside for real." Maze just smirked, sipping his drink like the shade wasn't heavy. The whole vibe screamed, "We're unbothered," and that only made things worse for Jim. Meanwhile, Jim was busy flooding Instagram stories with cryptic posts and not-so-slick subs. He dropped pics from old Diplomat days like he was reminding folks he was there too, throwing up captions like "loyalty over legacy." But fans weren't buying it. The comments? Brutal. One user wrote, "Bro, you still begging to be in the picture like it's 2003. Another added, "This ain't a reunion, it's a roast." And get this, word on the street is that Jim's trying to rally the rest of Dipset to back him up. But so far, crickets. Nobody's jumping in this war. Not Jules, not Zeke. It's looking real solo for Jim right now. Insiders are saying Jim's feeling the heat, not just online, but behind the scenes too. Rumors are swirling that his latest moves have rubbed people the wrong way in the industry. Folks feel like he's grasping, trying to stay relevant by dragging old beefs back into the spotlight. But here's the kicker. Cam and Maze? They're not even sweating it. They're out here stacking views, racking up podcast checks, and tossing little bombs just to keep things spicy. And Jim? He's in his feelings, trying to prove a point nobody's asking for anymore. And now, things just took another wild turn, because Jim is doubling down like...
Man, that's crazy. That's crazy work. Ladies and gentlemen, that's crazy work. I wish Jim and Cam the best. I wish they would stop beefing, honestly.